Hi underclassmen, I'm Rachel Wola.
And I'm Allison Moscow, and we got a group of seniors together to talk about their high school experiences and what they plan to do after they graduate.
We really hope that you enjoyed this video. So without further ado, this is the 2024 Senior Panel.
My name is Marilee Pelletier. My post-graduation plans are to go to Schoolcraft College for criminal justice.
My name is Ben Radley. I plan on attending SVSU to play football, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to major in yet.
Hi, I'm Maddie Sumner, and I am going into the Army National Guard.
My name is Cosette Fossbinder, and I plan to be a cosmetologist.
My name is Brianna Lavavo, and I currently plan to go to Concordia University to study nursing and play lacrosse.
Hello, my name is Nathan Shang, and I'm going to be going to the United States Military Academy at West Point.
Ava Mesalowskis, I'm going to be majoring in acting, but I'm unsure of where I'm going.
My name's Emmy Radley, and I plan on going to Central Michigan University.
Kaylee Weinberger, and Local 58 for trade school electrician.
Hi, my name is Charlotte Williams, and I'm going to the College of Southeastern in North Carolina.
I'm John Carter, and I plan to go to a four-year university after high school.
My name is Ella Rentz, and I am going to attend DePaul University to play soccer.
My name is Kellen Pease, and I plan on going to Northern Michigan. I want to start with studying journalism there.
So my name is Jessica Sarek, and after high school I'm planning to go to Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan to study business administration.
What was the leading factor that pushed you to the college you chose?
Definitely football. I mean, I got a lot of money to go here, and the recruitment process was really nice and easy for them, and I love the atmosphere that they bring.
I would say that it's a smaller school, which appealed to me because I like getting to know everybody and I like having just personal connections with a lot of people, and so with a smaller school that's way easier. And also, since it's a smaller school, it's definitely easier to navigate. And it's just a really, really beautiful campus, and everything about it is just pretty awesome.
So I want to be a corporate lawyer when I'm older, so I wanted to go into a major that I felt would couple with that well, because for law school, you don't have to do a pre-law track, you can do any track. So I wanted to do something that I felt would partner well with my future career goals.
I plan to go to Michigan or Ohio State, and I chose one of those because I think they're pretty good schools for what I've done through high school.
So I picked DePaul because it's in Chicago, and it's always been my dream to go there. And they have a pretty good soccer program, and it's really competitive because it's in the Big East Conference.
My mom went to Northern, so over the summer we toured there with my stepdad, and it's a long drive, but I loved it there. And they do have a really good journalism program, so I'm excited to go there.
I'd say really the community pushed me to go to Central. The staff was really kind and understanding, and there was all the people were really excited about college. So,
the fact that I was in the city, because that's just my dream, and there's some really cool things at DePaul, like all this free swag you get, and the meal plans and stuff. It was just a good deal.
I'm not sure. It's kind of just the money. I'm trying to save some money, go part-time, and then go to a 4-year, hopefully out of state.
Why did you choose to get involved in clubs?
I chose to get involved in clubs because I came to junior year and realized I wasn't in many clubs and I needed clubs for college applications.
So I like being busy, I like always having things to do, and for me clubs were really rewarding, especially the more community service driven clubs, because I like giving back to the community. I think it's work that feels good and I like seeing changes. I also did some academic clubs like DECA, which for me were both fun and helpful to my future, so I think those were also a good choice for me.
How important is participation and volunteering for college applications?
I'd say volunteering and participating is a very big skill to have on a college app for people to see that you have done several different things.
Are there any specific clubs that you think stand out to colleges?
I'd say there's no specific clubs that stand out, but definitely being in many different clubs is what stands out to colleges.
I think it depends on what you want to major in and what kind of college you want to go into. For me, I wanted to go into a business college, so I think DECA was a really strong thing for me to do. And I think even if you're not wanting to go into business, I think DECA is a good club to take because it helps you learn how to interact with other people, as well as how you should propose things and how to act professional, which I think no matter what career you go into is an important skill to have.
What inspired you to pick the field you are choosing to study?
My capstone English class. I didn't really know what I wanted to do before we went into that class, and I decided I wanted to explore hair and doing hair a little bit more, and that's kind of how I decided I wanted to be a cosmetologist. So my major is in counseling and my minor is in psychology. I've always wanted to work in a field with a lot of people where I'm constantly surrounded by them and giving people just advice on how to cope and deal with things in a healthy way. And so counseling really fit that.
I know it sounds cliche, but I want to feel like I'm making a difference and I want to help people, and I think that the Army is the best place to do that. In the Army Corps of Engineers, I'll be taking on projects like renovating the Panama Canal, which will improve global trade, or developing infrastructure in undeveloped countries, which I feel like is a lot more meaningful than a job in the private sector like developing spark plugs for Ford.
I was inspired by my dad. I came to him with the idea of doing construction, and then he gave me like an insight of electrician, so I looked into that career.
I've always loved to do acting. I've done theater for a while, and so I just wanted to pursue that further.
My mom is also a nurse, so I always grew up with that in my life, and I saw the traits and the different experiences that come along with it, and I just thought that it'd be a very valuable career to be in.
Well, my MOS is military police, and I've always wanted to go into criminal justice, so the National Guard's going to pay for my college, so my MOS being military police will help me get into the college that I want to go to.
So I want to be a corporate lawyer when I'm older, so I wanted to go into a major that I felt would couple with that well, because for law school, you don't have to do a pre-law track, you can do any track. So I wanted to do something that I felt would partner well with my future career goals.
What are some good ways to get into contact with college counselors about going to their school and sports program?
Just emailing. Find their email on a website and email them. It might take a little bit because I'm sure they have a bunch of people emailing them, but they'll reach back to you.
So for me, I just sent 80 emails before every showcase I went to. For me, I didn't really have to reach out to any counselors, but it was definitely coaches and just emailing as much as I could and just talking to them.
Did you reach out to schools or did they reach out to you first?
It was a little bit of both. I would go to camps for football, and at the same time they would contact me after the camps or even after watching my film.
How many colleges do you suggest we apply to?
I'd say 3 minimum, so you always have a backup plan in case the top school that you apply to you don't get into.
I would suggest applying from 5 to 8 places. I applied to 8 colleges. Some were local, some were not, and I would definitely suggest applying to at least one community college just so you can have something to fall back on. And even if you're not totally interested in the place, it just gives you options, and something might change in the next few months that will lead you to go somewhere else.
I would apply to a few safeties and then a reach or 2. I applied to 5, but it did take up a lot of my summer, so I wouldn't recommend doing that.
I think personally the more the better. I applied to about 7 and got into all of them, so I had a lot of options.
As many as you can. I applied to probably 6, knowing that I was narrowing it down at 2, but just in case I had those extra 4.
So I only applied to 1 because I was committed, but for reaching out, I would talk to as many as you can because you never know where your plans are going to end up. So I reached out to everything.
I think it kind of just depends on the scope of what you want from college. I didn't apply to that many colleges. I applied to 4. I applied to MSU, U of M, Brown, and Harvard because I just had a couple colleges that I was focused on. But if you're not necessarily certain on where you want to go, there's nothing wrong with applying to a couple more. But I'd be realistic with your means. If you're not going to go to the school, then it's probably not worth putting your money and effort towards it.
I would apply to probably around 3 or 4 colleges, just so you have options, and they offer different scholarships depending on what college you apply to. I only applied to 2, that was Western and Northern, but I recommend doing more.
Is there anything you wish you would have done in preparation for going to college?
I guess I just wish I would have taken more AP classes just so I could get like the hard credits out of the way.
What AP classes would you recommend taking to earn the most college credit?
I'd say taking a class like AP Gov or AP Stats are pretty simple classes for students to learn and grasp.
Which one is better, taking AP classes or college classes?
I would say it's based on your preference. I think APs like prepare you for college better, but then dual enrollment is like a better path if you want something that's more self-guided.
How long is the application process for college, and what are college applications like?
Some of my applications took longer than others. The one for the school that I'm going to took about a few hours. I didn't have to write essays for any of mine, so that definitely made it shorter. But I would say the more common ones that I had to write essays for were scholarships. And then the place usually got back to me within a week or 2. They really try to get back to you fast.
It took me a long time. I worked on college apps really early, starting in like the beginning of June. And I honestly didn't submit until like October for like early action deadlines, so quite a while.
Depending on the school, the normal Common App thing is about 2 hours long, but everything else is dependent on the school.
The application process for me was probably about, I think it took maybe 1 or 2 months for me to get accepted. It's really easy to apply, but I recommend definitely touring the college that you want to apply for, because that can really help make your decision.
So I think it really depends on where you're applying. Obviously, a lot of colleges go through the Common App, and so for some, you're just going to have the one essay and then those lists of questions. But a lot of the colleges I applied to had some extra questions, so I would budget yourself time for that, because any college that's going to have additional essays, that takes a little bit of time, and I think you want to do well on those, so give yourself enough time to do that, maybe like a month or 2.
Is there something you wish you did earlier for college applications?
I wish I applied for scholarships earlier. Most of them, when I tried to apply, they were already closed, so I would definitely wish I applied for more scholarships earlier.
Not really. I think I started at a good time, and so I got my letters of recommendation in early. I guess I just wouldn't have applied to so many that like I knew I wasn't really going to go to, or that were at the bottom of my list.
I wouldn't say so. I think I've done everything that I needed to do in order to complete my college apps.
Okay, that's kind of it, because some of the questions repeat.
I'd say probably finding a roommate, because I was kind of depending on my cousin to decide if he was going to Northern or not, and he's most likely not going to, so I'm kind of scrambling to find a roommate, so I would definitely make sure you know someone that's going there, unless of course you want to go in blind.
What if you don't know what to do with your life yet? How do you choose a specific college or career path for that?
My recommendation would be to find a college that has a large variety of different choices and fields that you might be interested in, so that you can have flexibility once you get there, but also do research before going there so you can have your picks narrowed down.
Is college mandatory, and what are the other options?
No, definitely. College is definitely not mandatory. Military is definitely a great option. I would suggest it. I'm in the military and I'm going to college as well, but you don't have to do both.
Was it hard to find resources to get you to enlist?
No, not really. A lot of the recruiters from all the different branches of the military come into the school, And my dad just happened to have a contact with someone that he knew, so I was just able to join through them.
Why did you choose the military and not another profession?
Well, I've always wanted to be a part of the military because I grew up in a military family, but I just knew that the military came with a lot of great benefits and that would help set me up for my future.
What was your favorite class you've taken at SL?
At South Lyon, I believe anatomy and physiology.
Definitely data with Mr. P. That was definitely my favorite.
Honestly, peers with Miss Hindersman has been my favorite class. Again, I enjoy helping people, and that was like a class where I could really do that and let my skills shine.
My favorite class by far has to be AP Stats. I think it's a very class that's meant for me, pretty easy and not much to think about.
My favorite class I've taken at SL was probably AP Lang because I like the structure of the course, and my favorite dual enrollment class was elementary French.
My favorite class is team sports because it's really fun to get active during the day.
I think my favorite class was probably AP Macro and Micro, but that might just be because I really liked the teacher.
Did you have any goals for your senior year going into college?
My goals were mainly to be more present and really slow down and take the time to experience my senior year, because I know a lot of people are ready to just book it and leave.
What opportunities should students at SLHS not pass up?
I definitely suggest playing a sport or joining a club because you can gain a lot of friends from it, and just you can grow throughout your high school career with them.
I think any opportunity to be in any extracurricular activity would be a good one, and you shouldn't pass it up. Any activity, if you give it your all, you're gonna get something from it, and it will always open doors to something cooler down the road.
All the clubs and organizations, I feel like that's beneficial for everybody. The football organization was really good for me, but another one is Reaching Higher. I felt like that expanded my growth in different ways.
OSTC, obviously, there's a lot of different programs there and great opportunities for everyone.
Joining clubs, maybe. They seem kind of stupid and they don't seem all that fun and maybe a little bit weird, and you don't really want to do it if your friends aren't doing it, but that's kind of how you meet new people and you get more diversified, and you don't want to be stuck with one group of friends that suck throughout your entire high school career.
I'd say NHS made a big difference. I got a lot of volunteer opportunities and hours in and got to experience different mini skills.
I feel that OSTC, although I didn't take that program, I felt like that would have gave me a better idea of what I was going into.
What's the most valuable thing OSTC has taught you?
It has taught me that I have a lot more people than I think on my side, and there's a lot more people who care about what I'm doing, and not just in that aspect, but also what I want to do for the future, that there's people that care about helping me to decide.
Do you feel like you missed out on your high school experience because you left halfway throughout the day?
Some days I do worry about it, but in the end I was still here for pep assemblies, and I still had friends, and I was still part of sports in different clubs, so I felt pretty comfortable with leaving throughout the day.
Will OSTC lead you to a college career or right into the workforce?
So personally, I already have my CNA, which is a Certified Nurse's Aide certification, and I'm getting my MA right now, which is medical assisting. So I could go work in the hospital immediately if I wanted to, or in a clinic, but I am going to go straight to college to get my BSN.
Is there something you wish you had done at SLHS that you didn't get the chance to do?
I used to play volleyball my freshman year, and so something I wish I would have done was tried out for the rest of my 3 years, but I was just so busy that I wasn't able to.
I wish I started sports early and gotten more involved in the school, made more friends, and just live out my high school years.
I wouldn't say necessarily. I think I wish I enrolled in Link Crew maybe a year earlier instead of doing it just my senior year.
I never played a high school sport, so I wish I would have done something like that.
I really wish I joined the program OSTC, as I said before. As I said, I just feel like it would have gave me a better idea.
Yeah, I wish that I had participated in more sports. I mean, I did cross country for 3 years, but I wish I just like joined them for fun.
Yes. I was a runner in middle school with cross country and track, and because I did band in high school, I wasn't able to do cross country, but I could have done track, and I waited until this year to do it, and I wish I would have done it all 4 years because I'm having a really good time.
Actually coming to school my freshman year. We had COVID, I was online. I was like, okay, I like my face covered.
I really wish I was able to play a high school sport because it looks like a lot of fun and it's a good way to make friends, but you know, I got by.
I kind of regret not doing student council because I feel like I was involved in a lot of the other school clubs and I think I would have enjoyed that experience, but I might have overextended myself in doing so I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I would have played soccer in high school because I quit after 8th grade, and pretty much all my friends from Lion FC, which was the club I used to play on, played in high school. So I definitely regret not doing that freshman to senior year.
If you had to pick one word to describe your senior year, what would it be?
Fast. This year has gone by really fast.
I'd say short. It's very short-lived. It goes by really fast, and I felt like I was just a freshman.
I would say eye-opening and bittersweet.
Fun, but tiring.
Eventful.
I would say like eager, just eager to like be done, and like so much to look forward to, like graduation parties, senior all-night event, and graduation day and last day of school.
Tiring, but very exciting.
Rewarding.
Very fun and really chill.
I'd say chill or laid back. It's been really easy. I've really only taken like one hard class, and that was AP Lang, which really isn't even that hard, so I've enjoyed it.
Busy. There's a lot to do.
I would say nostalgic. I think that, like I said, a lot of people like rush to get out of here, but there's a lot of little moments that make me feel very nostalgic about my high school experience.
We hope you learned a lot from this video and about other people's senior experiences.
And what some of your options are for after high school.
Make sure to soak up the most of your high school experience.
Because it will go by really fast.
Bye, ISO!